Just hang out, watch football.
Who's playing for that?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Hey, who?
I mean, we just hit it off, friends.
You hit it off with a 13-year-old girl.
Brittany. I mean, it depends how if I'm a good person, you know, like, I mean, I had no intention just besides...
John.
I love you. I mean, all I did was just ask for, you know, a hello hug, that was it.
With a 13-year-old girl.
She said she didn't have to go to school today. I mean, tomorrow.
Okay, this is going to be the John Dupee. Okay, I'm trying to change how I say his name because from what I understand, it's actually John Dupee. Dupee. I don't know. I think that's just from the original Sting. John Dupee. Fuck. There we go. John Dupee was a 40-year-old jobless kind of bum who showed up to the Hansen versus Predator Sting, Fairfield, Connecticut in October of 2015, so 10 years ago roughly. He showed up to a date with, he showed up for a date with the 13-year-old decoy that was going by Bailey, I think. It literally says it right there. Fuck's sakes. Bailey. So let's jump on in. He showed up with a lot of excuses.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Where are you?
I'm outside. My sister just got back in the car.
Oh, okay. Just go through the back door so nobody sees you.
So just
Alright, I'm not...
Get
back door.
Just go in.
Okay, so just a bit of a prologue with the phone call there, kind of setting up what's going to happen. I guess if you wanted to get more into the prologue, you would have read the chat log. At one point in time, I did read the chat log, but we're probably talking like 4 years ago, so I don't really remember anything about it. I just remember that like John Dupee is pretty like pathetic in the chat log, just like how he's like talking to the decoy and all that. Like he's I'm trying to put it in a proper term. He's thirsty. We'll put it like that.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, what'd you bring? What did you bring?
So, I'm just going to address John Dupee coming in on his phone. It's kind of like, I think it plays into his overall demeanor. I think he's using the phone to avoid making eye contact or just like acknowledging like face-to-face presence with the decoy here, Nervous Nelly. I think just because John Dupee himself is nervous. I keep calling him Dupee. It's Dupee. I think I'm just gonna stick to calling him Dupee. It's just how I know him. Kind of like how, like, you know, like Safraz Khan is like Tennis Boy. Like, yeah, Frazzy he's Safraz Khan, but nah, he's always gonna be Tennis Boy, like 213, something like that. So.
Presents.
What do you got?
Yeah, it's very rude.
Show me.
Chips.
Nice.
Are those sun chips? Oh no, Cheetos.
What kind is it?
Iced tea and
Thank
chocolate
you.
bar.
It's so nice to finally see you. This is crazy.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
Why?
I've never done this. Have you?
No.
So what do you want to do?
A hug?
I don't know.
So I think this thing was, or this, I think this catch was, because I think Sokol showed up on Saturday, and I think this was on a Thursday. So you can kind of compare and contrast, like just how nervous, just how nervous Nelly is, or Bailey, or whatever. Like when Dupee goes for that hug, she dips out immediately. Whereas like when Sokol shows up, she denies it, but she's not willing to just she's not like willing to back off. Then she's a little more confident with her ability as a decoy compared to here. And I mean, John Dupee is a pretty rough looking guy. I think he's 40. He's looking pretty rough in this footage. It's funny because if you've seen the update from Joey's TCAP about his like parole hearing, or not parole hearing, some sort of like thing he had earlier this year in like June or July, I think. Like, John Dupee looks better at like 50 than he does at 40, which I think is, I mean, I guess I'll give him the compliment there, but it's amazing in a way. But he looks all like he looks strung out. He's thin as fuck. He's wearing really baggy clothes that I don't think like fit the frame of his body very well. And he's tweaking. I don't know if he's on drugs, but like the way like he I guess I wouldn't say he's tweaking, but like just like how bad like he starts sweating when he's getting grilled by Hansen. Like I don't know. I guess Ernest Timmons sweat a lot too, so maybe I'm just trying to attribute the drug use. I know like Dupee got like busted for, like I think he got like busted for like possession of meth or something like that, some controlled substance. But yeah, I'm just trying to attribute that to him here, but I could be wrong. He might be clean. So who knows? Only Dupee himself does.
Hey, Boo. Hey. See right around that store. No, right there. Please have a seat. Right there. Set the phone down, please. What is your plan here tonight?
Just hang out, watch football.
Hang out and watch football with whom?
With her.
Who's her?
With Bailey.
Bailey. And how did you meet Bailey exactly?
Through Whisper.
Whisper.
Hmm?
And you know how old Bailey is?
She's 14.
So I think Dupee's getting the ages fucked up because I know he's gonna talk about Brittany later in the video here. But I'm pretty sure the Brittany decoy was 14 and the Bailey decoy was 13. So he's already showing like that he's not like, how do I say it? He doesn't have like the details of each one broken down. I think he might have called Bailey Brittany or Brittany Bailey, vice, you know what I mean, in the chat logs. I could be wrong about that. That might be another HVP predator, but I'm confident that did occur. Also, just like he looks rough. Like I don't want to say this because I'm gonna say he looks like an actor I really like, but he kind of looks like a Willem Dafoe in a way. Maybe it's just me, but he kind of gives me like a Willem Dafoe vibes. But then again, I don't know. Also, I think it could be addressed, like, what the fuck is going on with his hair? Like, it looks like he's wearing a hairnet with just, like, this line that, like, goes across, or I guess it's hair, but, like, these, like, things of hair that just kind of, like, go across, and then they converge here in the back. But, like, this line here on, like, the top of his skull here, that looks like a hairnet. And then you've got his hair, like, sticking up over here. It looks like hair that's like coming through the hairnet that's not like entrapped in it. So I don't know what the fuck he did to his hair. I can only imagine the amount of like just gel or whatever, because it looks gelled down. I hope that's gel and it's not fucking grease.
14. Mm-hmm. She told you she's 13. Not that matters. Mm-hmm. How old are you? 30.
So yeah, he's another predator that lies about his age. At least he's not like the aforementioned Safraz Khan, who like only took like 3 years off of his age, or like Anthony Palumbo, who said he was like 35, but he was like 46 or something like that. I mean Palumbo, oh, fuck. Dupee here takes 10 years off, although I would argue he actually looks 50 and not 30, so he should have added 10 years.
And why would you at 30 think it would be okay to hang out with a 13-year-old girl home alone?
I mean, we just hit it off, friends.
You hit it off with a 13-year-old girl?
We were just talking.
Yeah, his justification is kind of annoying, just because I think Hansen is in the right. Like, you hit it off. Like, it's not like I would never think there would be like a situation where like a 40-year-old is hanging out with a 13-year-old. Like, unless it's like a father and daughter, things like something like that. It's just like, I don't know. There's like weird connotations to that, especially if it's just the two of them hanging out. It's just unjustifiable. I would argue, and I think anyone who would argue that there is justifiable causes for that, I'd have to hear the arguments. But just like right now, I'm thinking that it's unjustifiable, and if you defend it, depending on your argument, it's a little questionable.
Well, now you're here. This is more than talk.
I know, we just came to hang out. You know, I brought...
What, get a hug?
Get a hug?
And watch football.
The fucking... Okay, I just kind of... what's his... He's... what's it? Marvin Harrison Smith? Can I get a hug?
Watch football.
Yeah.
Who's playing tonight?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Okay, this is kind of fucked. But, like, I don't watch football, like the NFL or anything. I only know who the Steelers and the Ravens are. Like, I can't tell you what state the Steelers or the Ravens represent. I just know that the Steelers and the Ravens are the team that John Dupee was there to watch. That's weird. So, like, whenever I hear like someone talk about like this, like the Steelers and the Ravens, my automatic thing that goes to my head is literally that line: Steelers and the Ravens, which is funny because my sister's boyfriend is a big fan of the Ravens. So whenever like he's talking about like football, he's talking about the Ravens. I'm just like, Steelers and the Ravens.
I had no intentions with nothing.
Oh,
No intentions of
No.
Well, John, what do you do for a living?
I was working at UPS.
UPS. Mm-hmm. And did you walk here today, or
No, my sister dropped me off.
you don't have a driver's license?
Yeah.
So there's a few things to unpack. He doesn't say to Hansen, I'm jobless at the moment. He says, I was working at UPS. Like, kind of similar to, what the fuck is that guy from Jersey's name who is like, I just finished my second tour of duty with the post office. I don't remember that guy's name. But kind of like that similar vibe where like they don't want to just say, I'm unemployed. I'm a jobless NEET or whatever. But no, and then he's talking about how his sister drove him. Chris is like, your sister drive you? And then Chris is going to follow up, you don't have a car or you don't have a license. No, I have a license. You don't have a car. No. Also, I think like it's funny just because in the similar context to David Schumacher, I don't think the sister knew that like Dupee was coming to meet like a 13-year-old. I think I'm just kind of jumping the gun and and talking about things that are gonna get talked about more. So I'm just gonna actually let the video continue.
No car.
No.
So what do you do at UPS?
I was a package handler.
Package handler. You're not there anymore.
No.
What do you do now?
Nothing.
Besides go online and try to talk to the girls.
I don't try to talk to... I just try to find a girl to talk to and hang out, whatever.
And how many times have you done this with somebody who's 13, 14 years old?
Never.
Never talked to another girl who said she was 13?
No.
Well, who's Brittany?
Who's Brittany?
I think that's like I remember Fast Eddie compared it to like it's comparable in the sense that like Michael Willis is like just like was it Fast Eddie who compared it? It's like a famous line like I'm just on my way to the beach, who's Brittany? Like I think there's a member in the TCAP community who's literally called like Who's Brittany or something like that. So shouts out to Who's Brittany. And actually I don't know how long I'm into the video, but shouts out to Walls for uploading this back 6 years ago or whatever. This says 5 years ago here, but I don't know. Anyways, let's get back into the video.
That was the other girl you were talking to.
When was this?
What was this?
Within the last few weeks?
He's not denying it.
So you say to Bailey, on a whisper, that you're 30, how old are you? She says 13. You say, you're not 13 in that pit? Yes, I'll be 14 next month. That's pretty clear. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do. And later you tell her, I would love to be the first guy to make you blank if you wanted me to, and I wanted to.
That's a great line. I don't really know what else to say to it. It's pretty incriminatory, if that's a word. Like, I don't think there's a way you can defend it, especially with like what Chris was talking about earlier. John acknowledging that she's 13, she'll be 14 next month. Actually, it's kind of weird because a similar thing, like with the decoys' ages. Like, I remember in the Jose Jesse Velez. I know he's just Jesse Velez, but I like Chris calls him Jose. The Jose Jesse Velez chat, the decoy identifies himself as 12, and then like the time elapses because he says his birthday is like early in October or late September or something like that. And so like Jesse's meeting with a 13-year-old, but he's 12. And similar context, like what's the theory behind like putting like just like the birthday is like next month? This might be like a pointless tangent, but I feel like at a lot of my videos I go on pointless tangents, so indulge me if you will. I don't really know like what the theory behind that is. Like, are they trying to make these guys feel better because well, next month she'll be 14 and it won't be as bad or whatever? Like, it's still bad. Maybe that's what they're going for. Like, 13, that's 7, or not 7, that's 5 years away from being 18, whereas 14, that's only 4 years. That's not much. 4 years, you know. Who knows? I feel like it's probably wasn't even intentional. Maybe it was. This is a thing where the only way you'd know is if you talk to Bulletproof Lori, and I guess if there's other chatters as well.
Feel me inside you, baby.
Ooh, that's some Riz right there.
Has that line ever worked for you before?
No.
Then why do you do that now?
There was no,
Well, what am I to make of this?
there was no intentions made by it.
Okay, so it's funny how he's talking about there's no intention with the line, feel me inside you, baby. That's bluntly a sexual line. Like, unless he's talking about, like, I don't know, like, unless he's, like, a surgeon or whatever. What do you extract from that besides, like, hey, like, I want to have sex with you? And then, of course, John's over here. There was no intentions made with that or whatever. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't understand that. But then again, I don't think John Dupee really thought out like how he's gonna combat Chris here. He's just gonna lie instinctually to try and cover his ass in whatever way he can, and he's just gonna kind of like JPW. He's gonna throw excuses at the wall and just hope that one sticks. I don't think any of them stick.
Shows clear intent. I want you to feel me inside you. What did you mean by that exactly?
Chris is making good eye contact.
I want you to feel me inside you. What did you mean by that exactly?
Yeah, Chris is making solid eye contact while saying that to John, which might actually make him uncomfortable. Just like calling back to like him coming in, he wasn't making eye contact with the decoy. I'd love to see the angle from like Chris saying that, because I wonder if like John like diverted his eyes because what Chris was saying to him was uncomfortable. I guess. Maybe it's in the Crime Watch Daily footage. I don't know, but I like to go with the raw footage here, just because it's not like super like it's edited. Obviously, it's cut from different angles, but it's not like condensed for television, so it can just go on. It's only 12-minute segment too, so.
And then you talk about that you and a bunch of people snuck into a mansion and partied for days. Where was that mansion?
So I think that's like, I remember in the Crime Watch Daily footage, like they're talking about how like in the context of that, Dupee is like bragging that he's like a party animal or something like that. Like and the thing is like he says like they broke into a mansion and partied for days. Like, well, what? Like, what's like their definition of like party? Like partying for days. Like, I just imagine like whatever crowd Dupee is running with. Like, I imagine them like breaking into a mansion and just like smoking rocks, shooting up, just like all the kinds of like the crazy hard drugs. That's what I imagine. So like they're partying for days because they're just tweaking for days on end. Like the amount of like coke or crack or uppers that are in their system or whatever. I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more about the context of that situation. Just because, like, what is it, like, was it an abandoned mansion? Was it like a mansion that was on the market? Because if it was on the market, wouldn't you think like that would be a criminal investigation? It's like, hey, who broke into this house? And I'm gonna say they trashed it. John Dupee's crowd. Or I say that John Dupee strikes me as the guy who runs with a crowd that like if they're breaking into a mansion, something tells me they're not like. They don't care all that much about leaving it the way they found it. So I'd be curious to learn more about that mansion, if it's even true. I mean, Dupee is going to say it's true, and I don't know. Yeah, it'd be an interesting thing to learn.
That was a while ago.
How long ago?
Maybe 8, 9 years ago.
Oh, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This does not look very good for you, John. The chat, the appearance, the Cheetos, the dark chocolate. Did you bring condoms with you? Not in your pockets.
He's fucking sweating bad, too.
But you see how this looks.
Absolutely. I mean,
You're 30 years old. The girl you were talking to told you very clearly she was 13.
He looks like and I've used this analogy before, but I think if it's good, you can reuse it. He looks like a deer in headlights there. Like it just looks like he's kind of stuck in the moment, and what's coming is just gonna hit him like hard. He's also like I don't know if, like, I remember Ernest Timmons was like, I feel like Ernest Timmons was sweatier, but then again, that could have just been that like footage and the lighting. Like John Dupee is is pretty moist here. He's looking pretty sweaty. The beads are coming in from the top of his head. So like I'm curious to like what he would be feeling like internally, because I think everybody like has gotten a situation before where like they get like caught for something, like not something like this bad, but like I remember I got like caught like cheating on a test back in fucking middle school, and I just like remember like instinctually like my first like physical reaction was my body just like started like heat up, my stomach got tight, so I'm assuming that this is probably what Dupee is experiencing, but probably to like a greater extent, just because. And I know he'd been involved with the law before, but he probably doesn't want to go back to jail. I say that there's probably guys that get out of jail and want to go back to jail because it's all they know. But Dupee seemed to have like a livable existence, like mooching off his family. So maybe he, I would say he doesn't want to go back to prison or jail or whatever.
And I mean, I had no intentions just besides
John, why don't you just tell me what you were really up to?
just to hang out, get to know her,
Get to know her.
Yeah.
And if you were the parent of a 13-year-old girl, would you be comfortable with that?
I mean, it depends how, if I'm a good person,
So I know Chris is going to re-emote for what he just said, but I'm going to re-emote a little bit for what he just said. So he's implying that, like, the context, like, oh, if I'm a good person, then I think it'd be cool if the parents were understanding in that sense. And I think it's even worse because Dupee has a little boy, and Dupee says I hate it later on. I don't know if it's in this footage, but in the Crime Watch Daily footage, like, Dupee's in the interrogation, and he's talking about how, I swear on my little boy I wasn't going to do anything. It's just, like, it shows that, like, Dupee doesn't care about his own kid, like, putting that on his kid, like, that's fucking terrible. So, with that, context, like him saying if I'm a good person, like it's just him trying to get out of the situation. He doesn't I don't think I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, but typically good people don't meet strangers online, talk about sex, and then go over to visit, and within 3 minutes ask for a hug.
I mean, all I did was just ask for a hello hug. That was it.
With a 13-year-old girl. Walked right in the house.
Well, she told me to come in.
Does that make it right? Knowing that she's 13.
Oh, I wouldn't have never just walked in.
it's funny because Dupee is saying like I wouldn't have broken walk. Yeah, I guess it'd be a break and enter if he came in unsolicited. Yeah, like earlier on, he's talking about how him and his friends broke into a mansion. So like, it's creating some like I don't know if it's necessarily like contradictions of character, but there's definitely like some like questionable elements to what he's saying. Like, because if Chris could have said, he could have said, well, John, you broke into that mansion. Why, you could have broken here tonight. And then, well, no. Whatever excuse Dupee would have made or whatever. But yeah, he's like, oh, I wouldn't have come in if she didn't invite me in. So, like, is he implying that because she invited him in, then everything's okay? Like, I don't understand that. Well, I don't think it's probably best I don't understand that because these guys have like not like predator instincts, but they have like they have excuses. We'll put it like that, or I'll put it like that.
Without talking to her, without getting her okay.
Now, you talked about spending the night here tonight.
Well,
Yes or no?
it depended, like if she had to wake up in the morning, like if I was going to stay
Did she have
here.
to go to school?
She said she didn't have to go to school today. Tomorrow.
So you could...
Okay, so he kind of just fucked him. I guess he could be talking about like a college girl. No, she doesn't have class tomorrow. But in the context of everything that we've established beforehand, I guess not we, Chris and the team have established beforehand, talking with Dupee here, it's pretty blatant that he's talking about like how old? 13? That would be like middle school, I think. Yeah, that'd be like 8th, 9th grade or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like. If Dupee was like a Jean-Pierre Wary, Dupee would have said, oh, she's not going to school though, because she's 18 or whatever. I don't know why I'm trying to give them excuses here 10 years later. And I mean, it's easier to come up with excuses after the fact and instead of in the heat of the moment when just his brain must just be firing on all neurons because this guy's probably just like, fuck, I am so fucked.
Just spend the night and hang out with a 13-year-old girl. That's cool.
Well, I didn't plan on it.
Oh.
You talked about it?
I was going to leave after the football game.
Unless you spent the night.
No, I didn't plan on spending the night.
That's bullshit though.
Well, you talked about having cannolis, a little dinner.
Good.
Sounds like you were going to have a special little night with your 13-year-old date.
Just come over, have some cannolis, some snacks, watch the football game.
Who's ringing you up?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
What does your cousin want? Does your cousin know that you're coming to visit a 13-year-old girl tonight?
No.
Your sister?
No, she knows that I was just coming to hang out with a girl.
So what would your sister think if she knew she was dropping you off at the home where a 13-year-old girl was alone? Think she'd be cool with that?
She probably would say, just don't do it, don't do anything stupid,
Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
It seems like you've already done that.
All I was doing was just coming here to watch the game.
You tried to solicit a 13-year-old girl online using graphic sexual language. What do you think should happen to you?
So I'm not like that. I'm a bad guy.
Oh, he's experiencing, I think, and I think Chris laid it in with you tried to solicit a girl with graphic sexual language, because Chris said it in a way that's like that sounds like that that's not like people would use like slang or whatever. Like Chris said that in a very kind of like academic and blunt sense, and Johnny here is just like, I don't know, like it kind of gives off the impression of like law enforcement. I think I could be wrong on that, but like I could hear like a judge in like a courtroom saying like, you talked to this minor using graphic sexual language. Like there's nothing inherently like vulgar about that. That's like a pretty clean way of saying it. I know like Chris is probably saying it for like network reasons or whatever. Like we're not in the takedown era where like Chris is just like, I want to fuck. Yeah, so it's intriguing how Chris chooses his words, and maybe it's also intriguing thinking how maybe these guys might perceive the words that Chris says to them.
How does this look? How does that look? John, you tell me, how does it look? If you were me, what would you think?
That I honestly made a mistake.
That you made a mistake.
He's admitting that he made a mistake. I feel like the cases with these guys are like, I don't want to say like clean cut, but like if they're like done in like alignment with like law enforcement or whatever, with like cooperation of law enforcement, they're already fucked. But like I would feel like they would probably play this like footage in the court, like they would use snippets or whatever. No, they'd probably play the full raw footage in the court. They just kind of like show like, hey, this guy kind of just blatantly like admitted to it with like kind of like trying to use like workaround language. Who knows?
That's true. And how would you define that mistake?
Not to talk to girls like online.
That's that's kind of like the Nick Kochos defense. Where like John Dupee is like not saying, like, he doesn't want to say, oh, don't talk to underage girls online. He's just saying, don't talk to any girls online. Whereas like I remember in the Nick Kochos footage, he's just like, it's like, what was it? Like Chris was like, I think you missed the idea, Nick.
Or try to come over and have sex with them.
I wasn't trying to come over and have sex with you.
John, you want me to read it again? I would love to be the first guy to make you blank if you wanted me to, and I want you to feel me inside you, baby.
Okay, so I'm actually going to go on a bit of a tangent here, but I think it's a funny story. And it involves this footage. So I remember in my 12th grade law class, I actually convinced the teacher to show, and it was specifically John Dupee's segment from Crime Watch Daily. And I remember like the teacher, like it had nothing to do with what we were like talking about in the in the unit or whatever. I just wanted to, like, I don't know how I convinced her, but it's like it's law related or whatever, and she was just like, I think it's just because like I hounded her so much. And it's wild thinking back to this. And I remember there was like, she's like, yeah, I'll play it, but there's certain like aspects of the video I have to skip over. And like these like admissions of like sexual intent with like with Chris reading the chat log with like, oh, I would love to be the first guy to make you blank. So even with the censorship, my my law teacher wouldn't didn't want to show it, but I'll give her a shout out, Miss McDonald. I doubt she'll ever see this, but shouts out to her for being a legend in that regard, to actually showing the John Dupee Crime Watch Daily footage. And I remember it was fucking weird because like I'm like the only person, actually no, me and like my buddy, few of my buddies are laughing, and I guess other people found it funny, but there was also people who were just like genuinely like grossed out. And I feel like those are like actually like the like that's probably like the natural reaction you would have to this, like to get grossed out. Whereas like for like us in the TCAP community, it's just like we're so desensitized to this that like there's a level of comedy, and I think it's also because there's no victim, but yeah, I think there's an interesting parallel there with like how desensitized we've come to like things like that, but also like how aware I think we are about this. Like there's actual like disgusting predators out there, like Thomas Bodner, and who has the really gross chat log? Like Can I Rape You Anally? Michael Walker, who are like, there's parts that like nothing's funny about Bodner except, oh no, that's not true, him getting slammed on the ground by the cops and having the busted open face, that is funny. And then just like the Michael Walker thing, like this is punch, right? And then like him talking to Chris, like got a guy thing, we all have our fetishes. Like that's entertaining, but you can't let it take away from the fact that these are like disgusting human beings. Also, like Marvin Harrison Smith like talked about like taking those two girls' virginities or something like that. Disgusting stuff, just absolutely disgusting stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Sounds like sex.
Sounds like sex to me.
I was just playing with her, seeing.
Playing with her.
I'm not playing with her, but just seeing like where she was, like
she was 13.
So like, is he like when he like says like, oh, I'm playing with her to see where he was? It's like you're talking about like you're gauging where she's at like sexually, and like that's why you're like asking these like provocative questions, but you're not like, you're being like gross. They're not, yeah, I guess gross. I was gonna say it's not gross in the sense that like if you were to say that to like someone who's of age and like they liked it, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong with it in this context, of course, is he's talking to a 13-year-old. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's yeah, it's just gross. And then like he's trying to gauge like what they know about sex by like, oh, like, because then like with that question, like, feel me inside you, like the decoy say, feel me inside you, what do you mean? And then John Dupee would go into the integral natures of sex. So I don't know. I think he was candid and honest there, but like not in a good way. But I guess you want predators to be honest. But then again, the dishonest predators are funny. Like, I've referenced JPW twice already. This will be the third time, so.
I mean, I never had sex with her.
Ugh.
I mean, I didn't plan on coming here to have sex with her.
Of course, the classic Jazzwinder Chima argument. I didn't have sex with her, so why am I arrested? And all John Dupee wanted was a hug. Yeah, just a hug. Oh, dude, Jazzwinder Chima's a shithead. I'm gonna have to cover him.
Tonight, because I walked in.
And I didn't plan on it.
That's
You didn't
bullshit.
plan on it. Come on, you talked about it.
Like, that wasn't my intentions. I talked to her all day today about just coming over, watching the game, and just hanging out.
That's like getting caught in like a bank, and you've got like a ski mask in a bag, and you've got like guns and shit. And then like, oh, well, it's like, why do you have all this equipment? Well, I mean, I have it here, but I had no intentions with it. It's just like, it's like no one's buying that crock of shit, you know? And that's why I just don't buy anything that John Dupee is saying. I also just got to talk about his just terrible posture. Like, I talked about like Alan Chernay's and Jeff Sokol's posture, but I would argue that John Dupee here has a fucking like solid S curve with like it goes from like the top of his head. It's like a reverse S, like he's Bizarro from Superman. Like it goes in and it comes out, and then it kind of goes down his spine, and then it comes out in this so it's like a C here, like his back is in a nice C, and then obviously you combine that with the skull, you get an S. Dude is fucking, that's not good posture. Fix your posture, buddy, please. Salads.
About what?
You talk about salads.
About like food and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, while watching the game.
This is a whole different kind of food here that you're talking about.
I wonder if because from what I understand, there's no, like, John Dupee does not talk about, like, tossing salad, eating ass, but Jesse Velez does. So I'm wondering if there's, like, a mix-up here, and Chris has, like, portions of, like, Jesse Velez's chat log in there, and then he's, like, just looking at it, and it's talking about, like, eating ass or whatever. I don't know, like, the integral, like, ins and outs of this sting, but, like, I could see, like, it's a lot less people compared to, like, the Dateline days, so I could see, like, there being, like, an error there, and then some of Velez's chat log ends up in Dupee's or whatever. I think it's funny, because, like, John Dupee has been, like, labeled, like, the ass-eating predator. But, like, Velez is the one who, like, explicitly, like, showed interest in eating the decoy's ass. So, just an interesting side tangent there.
So what do you think should happen to you, John? You're in a bit of a fix here.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Admission of guilt?
Well, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen. And this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator. Sir, if you want to leave, you should go out that door right there.
And Ron Knight comes in and is like, go that way.
No.
He walks right into the cop.
It's all my commands. Do you have anything on you that's gonna hurt us? Any weapons?
Yo! That guy, oh, actually, I think Fast Eddie might have pointed this out.
It's all my commands.
Yeah, this guy's also got some shitty posture. Oh, shouts out Fast Eddie.
Do you have anything on you that's gonna hurt us? Any weapons? Backseat of this car.
Yep.
It's interesting because I think the cop who was driving the car there in the previous scene, I think that's the one that's going to interview Dupee. And similar in the sense with like the cop who interviewed Stephen Buchanan, also rode with him. So I wonder if like they put them in there to like build like some kind of rapport with the Predator, so that like maybe like they'll see them as like a friend type figure or whatever, like someone who's like nice to them or whatever. And like I don't think we have footage of Dupee in the car, like Stephen Buchanan, who was like bawling his eyes out in the car. But it's interesting nonetheless, that like because I would say it's strategically planned like that. Yeah. So, and I mean the interrogator gets a bit of Dupee. I think we got a bit of footage of that. Yeah. We did.
Yep.
On the fucking 999 shirt. Oh my! And he just looks, and his forehead wrinkled with worry or whatever. Like he looks rough, and like that shirt is horrible. Like I wonder, like would anyone that knows of this shirt, like would anyone wear that like unironically? Like if I came across this shirt, I would buy it, but I would wear it for like ironic purposes. No, but that looks baggier than his sweater.
So, why do you think you're here?
Because I went to that house.
And how did you learn about that house?
No eye
I tried with
contact.
that girl.
Do you remember what the girl's name is?
Bailey?
Bailey.
And how were you talking to Bailey? Were you talking on the phone?
Both.
Like actual voice-to-voice conversations?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Hey, boo.
Hi, baby. What you doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Just
He's got nothing, like he's got no conversational skills in that regard. I mean, that could be said about his him and the like talking to the decoy, but they have a small interaction, so you can't really extrapolate a lot from that. But like you're hearing this, and she's like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And you know, John Dupee, or like, "What are you doing?" "Nothing much." "What are you doing?" Like that's like, oh god, that's just like bad conversation skills, and then like it's gonna get way more pathetic real quick.
waiting for you.
Oh, are you?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I love
What the fuck? That's pathetic. I love you. Like you. Oh my god. Is he going with like the Papi Cologne method here to like try and like lure her in by saying he loves her or whatever? Or is John Dupee just that pathetic that he thinks this 13-year-old girl is gonna be like the love of his life? Like it's fucking like either way, it's pathetic. This is really pathetic though. The I love you. Also, that mugshot, like that's iconic. Like with just how like, like oh that might be one of the more famous mugshots from like all of like TCAP. Like I can't really like I think Lauren's mugshot is up there. Like him and Lauren actually, because I'm pretty sure isn't Lauren like making like a sad like grimaced face as well in his mugshot. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think he is.
How did you first meet her?
On the internet.
What part of the internet? An application? What was the app?
Whisper.
Okay. And what about you wanting to feel, you want her to feel you inside her? I mean, I know what that means to me.
I know. I should never said any stupid shit like that.
And you're talking about wanting to make her calm.
I know.
Okay, so yeah, when the detective there talks about like wanting to make the decoy come, like Dupee's making eye contact with her. Here, go back frame by frame. So he's making eye contact with her, and then watch. As soon as she says it, he looks right down.
I know.
Yeah, no. So he's disappointed, and it also is awkward for him just because I don't think he's like confident with like women or whatever. And now you've got this woman here confronting you on like your gross sex shit you were talking to a minor about. Like it's
That was just all.
What did you think that Like, what is she supposed to read from that? Like,
Well, honestly, when I was talking to her, I was hoping that there was a chance that, it was just, I don't even know why I said that to her.
yeah.
Bro, you should have shut up and not talk.
Let's stand up. Stand up and turn around. Hands behind your back.
How baggy is that shirt? Dupee was released from prison last summer after serving 3 years, so I think 2018, 2019. The Hansen versus Predator logo. All in all, I think Dupee is probably, like, he's definitely one of the more pathetic Predators. Like, pathetic in the sense that, like, his I do remember, like, his chat log just being, like, really pathetic with, like, just, like, the most, like, nonsensical, like, there's no depth to the conversation he was having with the decoy. And then, like, the phone call we just had where he's talking, like literally, like, the fourth or fifth line, he was like, I love you. Like, that's not normal. And I feel like Dupee is just, like, I would hope he's not as pathetic today as he was on this date on, like, in October, whatever, 2015. And with that, I'm gonna bring this to an end. I appreciate you for watching. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you want more. Yeah, no, that's it. Thanks for watching.